Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. Our first guest today is Roscoe. He is one of two dogs that we have available for adoption right now here at the shelter. He is about 7 years old, so kind of getting ready to enter those golden years for a dog his size. He is a chocolate Labrador Siberian Husky mix, is what we've been told. Unfortunately, his owners are going through a divorce, and they could not take him into the different places that they were moving into. So unfortunately, Roscoe was out of everything that happened and going through that divorce with the family, he didn't have a home. So we want to make sure that we find Roscoe a home where he can live out the rest of his life and be a great companion for somebody. You know, he's 7 years old, but he still has a lot of energy. He's pulling on his leash so hard here, he's coughing up. But just seems to be a very gentle natured dog here. He's definitely, you can see his different colored eyes there. I think that's why they're calling him a Husky mix as well. He originally was adopted from a rescue organization, and you can see here in this picture he was the most adorable puppy in the world. So they got him when he was just a little puppy, and 7 years later unfortunately had to say goodbye to him and leave him here at the shelter. So we know that going through a divorce and any kind of life change like that is very difficult for the family, but we also got to think of what it does for the dog here. So Roscoe now doesn't have a forever home, and he's sitting here at the Ames Animal Shelter. So if you have a place in your heart for a dog, a senior dog, and want to open up your home to him, come on down to the shelter. We'd love to introduce you to him. He is current on all of his vaccinations, been heartworm tested, has monthly preventative treatments been given. So he is ready to go to his forever home. Hey, I know. He is ready to go to his forever home. So if you want to meet Roscoe, come on down here to the Ames Animal Shelter. And our next guest today is Zig. Zig came into the shelter as a stray. We're estimating he's about 1 year old based on the condition of his teeth. A 1 year old obviously still has lots of energy and still needs lots of that puppy training. But he definitely is a gorgeous dog. We're calling him probably a shepherd mix. Again, pretty well-mannered. He doesn't, he's not, as I started to say, he doesn't jump up on you, but, if he gives you a kiss, then that makes it all okay. You good boy. He's a very well-mannered dog, pretty gentle. Definitely needs some brushing here. I think he wants to sit in my lap. He wants to be a lap puppy. But he came in as a stray, and nobody came to claim him. He didn't have a microchip, no rabies tag, no personal identification. All those things would have helped us to get him back to his original people, and for whatever reason they didn't come forward to claim him. So he is looking for his forever home now. He still needs to be neutered before he can go home, but again, just a really sweet and beautiful dog. We definitely see some German Shepherd in him, and he would be an interesting one to have a DNA test done on to see if you could figure out what other breeds make up this beautiful little boy here. So if you are interested in Zig and want to add him to your home and your family, of course we're looking for all of our animals to be indoor only and part of the family. If they're outside in a dog house or on a tie out, that's really not part of the family. That's just something you put outside. So we want them to be part of the family, and hopefully he'll find a forever home and spend many, many years with a new family. He'd probably do really well with kids. Again, he's got a very gentle disposition, pretty well behaved, just going to be pretty content here, just laying down. He's looking at all the cat toys in this room. So if you are interested in Zig and would like to have your family meet him, come on down to the Ames Animal Shelter, and we'd love to introduce you to him. Yes. And our next guest today is Bertha. Bertha came into us as a stray, and I know it's difficult to look at her. She is actually, when she came into us, was just in such bad shape. She was severely matted. The mats were all the way down to her skin. She also had a toenail that was growing into the pad of her foot, that we cut that out. And you think of how slow the nails grow and how painful that would have been with those sharp nails just constantly and slowly growing into the pad. So we immediately took her to Jazzy, who is just a wonderful cat groomer extraordinaire, is just so wonderful with cats and does such a good job. Anytime their coat is so bad and they have mats on them like she did here, like Bertha did, the only thing that you can do is just completely shave them down. And of course, we knew that she was very thin when we took her there, but when you see her, now that all of her hair has been shaved off, it's just such a sad thing to look at. But I can tell you that this hair is going to grow back wonderfully. She is just a beautiful cat. She's a long-haired, almost kind of Maine Coon looking kitty, definitely on the smaller side, so not your typical big Maine Coon cat. But just a very sweet cat, and everything that she's gone through, she really is just, she's loving the attention. I think she wants to go down on the floor and play, but just loving that petting there, and I'm sure she feels 100% better. As soon as she finished with her grooming, we actually took him to our friends at the Somerset Vet Hospital, who did a thorough exam and gave her an antibiotic injection because of that injury to her paw pad. So they took care of her, and Jazzy took care of her. So this kitty is on the road to recovery, and will be looking for, of course, a forever indoor home. She has this lion cut here, so we got a little bit of the tail left there that wasn't matted up. There wasn't much that was left that Jazzy could leave on. But again, just a sweet kitty that needs some loving. Because she is a long-haired cat, she will need constant brushing once the hair grows out, of course. Until then, she'll just need that constant love and companionship. Again, she's been through a lot. We don't even know everything she's been through, but clearly there was leaves stuck in her fur. She's been an outdoor cat for a long time. We want to make sure that she finds an indoor-only home and is not left outside ever again. She's going to be much safer indoors, and just don't forget that we provide those free nail trims for life. So we never want to see a cat's claws that are growing in and curling into the pad. That's extremely painful for them and just absolutely unnecessary. It takes us, usually the staff here, we're very well trained at doing the nail trims. It takes us probably 2 minutes to do all of the cat's nails, front and back. Again, it's a free service for any cat that's adopted from the Ames Animal Shelter. So come on down. Bertha, we're estimating, is about 5 years old, and definitely looking for that home that's going to care for her and provide for her. So if you're interested in a senior kitty, come on down and meet Bertha at the Ames Animal Shelter. That is just a sampling of the animals that we have available for adoption here at the Ames Animal Shelter. We currently have 16 adult cats and 7 kittens that are in our cat adoption room waiting for their forever homes. So we just showed you a really quick sample of those here. We want you people to come on down, meet the cats, read all about them. If you're interested, we have people fill out an application and then get to spend more one-on-one time with them outside of their kennel, just so you can see if it might be a good match for your family. We have 2 dogs available for adoption. It's the 2 that you met today. And we still have our 2 bonded pair of rabbits that are available for adoption. So lots of pet options here at the Ames Animal Shelter. Come on down and take a look at them, see if it might be a good match for your family. Also want to send out a reminder to people that summer is here. Temperatures are, in the 80s and 90s, and we need to remind people that they should not be taking their pets in their car with them. If you're going to the grocery store, if you're going to get out of your car at all, and your intention is to do that, you should leave your pets at home. The temperature inside vehicles, even if you crack the windows, which virtually does nothing to help protect your pets, is very dangerous. So we're going to have a special episode. There's lots of YouTube videos about dogs left in cars. It's very dangerous. It's something that shouldn't be done. But every year we have well over 150 calls here in the city of Ames where people have left their pets in their vehicles, and some of them in severe situations where we have to remove the animal from the vehicle and take it directly to a vet for treatment. Unfortunately, every dog that we've dealt with has survived, but there's lots of communities that have lost pets, and you hear stories all the time. Every year, every summer, we hear the stories of children left in cars, of pets left in cars, and it's a little frustrating for us here at Animal Control. I'll admit to that, why in 2018 we're still seeing this happen so often, and it is so dangerous, and we know how much people love their pets. If you love them, keep them at home. They're much safer at home. The climate's controlled. It's not in a greenhouse effect car that's just cooking them, and it's just not a safe situation. So if you see animals left in vehicles, please call your local animal control. For the Ames Animal Shelter, you want to call our animal control officer. You can call us here at the shelter, which is 515-239-5530, and we will get an animal control officer out there. After hours, when we're not on duty, the Ames Police Department responds to these calls. So again, fair warning, this is not something that's safe. You will be issued a citation. Your dog will be removed from your vehicle if warranted. The law provides us opportunity to do that, and you should be leaving your pets at home. So that's your warning. If you know people that take their pets with them in their cars all the time, please have this conversation with them. Google dogs in hot cars, and you can see some of those videos. Share that with them. They're pretty compelling. There's one in particular that a vet has done, and he's sitting inside the car showing the temperature, and this is coming from a vet that knows about animals and dogs and their health and how they sweat. So it's really important that you listen to that information and follow it. So thanks for watching the show today, and thank you for listening to me ramble on about dogs and cars. It is something that's frustrating that we deal with every summer, and so far this summer hasn't been any different.